Welcome to the first Aumani Podcast. I'm so excited to deep dive into this brand with you. They create some really beautiful handcrafted decor and wellness products, but what really caught my eye is their commitment to mindfulness, gratitude, abundance, and well-being. And not just in their products, but in how they operate as a company.
Yeah, that really sets them apart, doesn't it? They're not just talking the talk. They're deeply involved in supporting communities in the Dominican Republic. Their story is really fascinating.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Aumani was founded by Baden, and his inspiration comes directly from his mother, Dr. Rosario. She's a retired physician. She dedicated over 15 years of her life to helping underserved communities in the Dominican Republic.
Wow.
She established a community medical clinic and education centers in Barrio Cristo Rey. There's a story about a patient's mother who was so grateful for Dr. Rosario's care
Yeah.
that she tried to repay her with the only thing she had, 6 eggs.
Wow.
And she wouldn't leave until Dr. Rosario accepted.
That's so sweet.
I know, you can picture it, right? It's this beautiful image
Yeah.
of, just the appreciation and the connection that she made with this community.
It's stories like Dr. Rosario's that really highlight the impact one person can have. Dedicating yourself to serving others, especially when faced with such challenges, it's remarkable.
Absolutely. And it's this very legacy of giving back that inspired Dr. Rosario's son, Baden, to create Aumani. His experiences working alongside his mother, they really fueled his desire to continue her work, but in a new and innovative way.
It's a beautiful way to honor her dedication. Baden is personally invested. Despite being based in Toronto, he travels to the Dominican Republic, going door to door to encourage children to attend the education centers. Even today, when he can, he's still involved, participating in classroom sessions and finding other ways to lend his support. It's not just about writing a check for Aumani, it's about real personal involvement.
He's been super involved in community work, too, volunteering at children's initiatives, soup kitchens. He even served on the board of a nonprofit that builds schools and funds clean water projects globally.
It's so cool that he's not just like delegating.
That's really going above and beyond. You can tell this is something he's deeply passionate about.
Absolutely. It's clear that he was profoundly affected by his mother's work, and he saw how education could empower the next generation. And he wanted to find a way to support those efforts. And that's how Aumani was born.
So it's this beautiful cycle. Dr. Rosario's work inspires Baden, which leads to the creation of Aumani, which then helps fund the education and medical care. Full circle. But what exactly does Aumani do? How do they support these communities?
So they create these stunning pieces of artisanal decor, blending ancient wisdom with modern design. Each piece is handcrafted, reflecting a commitment to sustainability and ethical sourcing. But here's the key. A portion of each purchase goes directly towards supporting those education centers in the Dominican Republic.
So they're literally weaving their values into their products. It's not just about aesthetics. It's about making a tangible difference.
Precisely.
So with that foundation of giving back, let's talk about the products. The Ornament Incense holder is a real standout piece and our focus today. It's handcrafted from acacia wood and incorporates the Om symbol so beautifully. So tell me, for those of us who aren't, wood experts, what's so special about acacia wood?
Well, acacia wood is known for a couple of things, really. First off, it's got these beautiful natural grains.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And the colors are just fantastic.
So what kind of colors are we talking about?
Think warm golden hues, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you get these deep reddish browns. And every now and then you might even see hints of olive green.
Olive green. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's almost like, nature when created its own abstract artwork.
In each piece of wood.
Exactly. And that's what makes acacia wood so perfect for something like the ornament.
Right, because no two ornaments would ever look the same.
You got it.
Because of the wood itself.
Each piece is going to be totally unique.
It's like a piece of art designed to enhance your personal practice. You've got to see it to believe it. The craftsmanship is incredible. It features the Om symbol prominently, incorporating sacred geometry and the golden ratio into the design.
Hold on. For those of us who might not be familiar with those concepts, could you explain a bit? What do those terms actually mean?
Sure. So let's start with the Om symbol. It's like everywhere these days, right?
It is. You see it on like tattoos, yoga studios, jewelry.
Yeah.
But I bet you most people couldn't actually tell you what it represents in Sanskrit.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And Aumani breaks it down in a way that's easy to understand.
Okay. How so?
They explain that it represents the union of mind, body, and spirit.
Oh, wow.
Which is like a core concept in so many Eastern philosophies and wellness practices.
That makes sense.
Right.
It's fascinating how much meaning is packed into just one symbol.
I know, and Aumani really gets into the details,
Okay.
explaining what each part represents.
Cool.
So you've got the three curves symbolizing the states of consciousness, waking, dreaming, and deep sleep.
Oh, I see.
Then there's the crescent shape,
Mm-hmm.
and that represents the illusion of material reality.
Like the things that distract us from enlightenment.
Exactly. And then finally that dot in the center.
What about that?
That's the transcendental state of unity, pure bliss.
Whoa, that's deep.
It's like a roadmap to spiritual awakening, all packed into this one symbol. When I saw the pictures, the first thing that grabbed me was the cascading smoke waterfall. It looks mesmerizing. How did they achieve that effect?
They use backflow incense cones, and the smoke flows down through the Om symbol. What's fascinating is that the smoke starts at the dot at the top of the Om, which represents enlightenment, and then flows downwards, symbolizing the descent of divine energy into the physical realm, bringing a sense of grounding and connection.
So you're not just enjoying a beautiful scent. You're experiencing a visual and symbolic representation of spiritual concepts. It's like meditating with your senses.
Exactly. And that's what makes the ornament so special. It's not just an incense holder. It's a tool for mindfulness and a catalyst for deepening your spiritual practice. It didn't stop there, though. Baden was very intentional with every aspect of the ornament's design, like incorporating the golden ratio for balance and harmony, and even angel number 105 in the incense stick holder's angle.
Wait, angel number 105. What does that represent?
In numerology, angel number 105 is associated with abundance, truth, fulfillment, and positive vibrations. It's a reminder to trust your intuition and embrace the journey. What about the golden ratio?
The golden ratio is this mathematical proportion that appears everywhere in nature. From seashells to galaxies, it's often associated with aesthetic beauty and balance. Artists and architects have been using it for centuries to create these visually pleasing proportions.
So Aumani is tapping into these ancient principles of beauty and harmony by incorporating the golden ratio into the ornament. They're also creating a visual focal point that could enhance meditation or mindfulness practices.
Exactly. And there's even more. Has two incense holders, one for cones and one for sticks, plus a little shelf for accessories. And they do say that, like, the handcrafting can lead to some inconsistencies.
That makes sense.
But they're super transparent about it.
Good.
They even have a guarantee to address any major defects.
That's reassuring.
It's like they're saying, hey, we're human, we're not perfect, but we stand behind what we create.
I like that.
But here's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
They don't just sell these beautiful products. They also give you all this information about the meaning behind them.
Oh, that's cool.
Like the deeper meaning. They've got articles on their website and even a free ebook.
What's it called?
It's called Top 15 Incense Guide.
Oh, cool.
And they explore the history, properties, and spiritual uses of all these different types of incense.
They're clearly passionate about this stuff.
I know, right? They cover everything from like sandalwood and frankincense, which most people heard of,
Yeah.
to some less common types like scar anise and dragon's blood.
Dragon's blood. Never heard of that one.
And what I find really cool is they even talk about types of incense they don't even sell.
Oh, really? Like what?
Like cinnamon and citrus lemon.
Huh. Why would they do that?
It shows that they're genuinely interested in just sharing knowledge, not just pushing their own products.
Yeah, definitely builds trust.
Right? It's like they're saying, hey, we're into this stuff, whether you buy from us or not.
Exactly.
So speaking of fascinating incense types, let's talk about oud.
Okay.
This one is really special.
What's so special about it?
Okay, get this.
Yeah.
Oud is more expensive than gold by weight.
Wow, seriously.
I know, right? It's this rare resin that comes from the aqualaria tree, and its scent is like nothing else.
Interesting.
It's often used in high-end perfumes.
Oh, that makes sense.
And it has a really rich cultural history, especially in the Middle East.
Yeah, that fact about it being pricier than gold really makes you think.
Yeah.
It goes beyond just a pleasant smell. It's like there's a reverence for it, like a deep appreciation for something rare and precious.
Absolutely.
Oud is often called the king of incense.
Okay.
And for good reason. It has this incredibly rich and earthy and woody aroma that's both grounding and uplifting. And its origins are fascinating.
Do tell.
Oud comes from the resinous heartwood of the aqualaria tree, which is native to Southeast Asia. But here's the catch. The resin only forms when the tree is infected by a specific type of mold.
Oh, wow.
It's actually a defense mechanism.
So it's like a beautiful accident of nature.
Exactly. And because this infection only happens in a small percentage of aqualaria trees, Oud is incredibly rare and highly prized.
That makes it even more special. And of course, Aumani offers oud incense as part of their Ornament Serenity Kit.
Right.
But they also have a ton of information about it on their website, so you can really geek out on the details if you want.
They really do go the extra mile.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder if they see themselves as more than just a company selling products. It's almost like they're creating a community around these ideas of mindfulness and intention.
Right. It's not just about what you buy, it's about what you experience and learn along the way.
Exactly.
It's clear that the ornament is designed to be much more than just an incense holder.
It's a reminder to be present, mindful, and grateful for the beauty around us. It's a tool to enhance our well-being and connect with a sense of peace.
And they don't just leave you hanging with a beautiful object.
Yeah.
Tell me about this Ornament Serenity Kit.
The Serenity Kit is perfect for creating a tranquil and mindful space. It comes with everything you need, including the ornament, of course, and a selection of premium incense fragrances. You have oud, with its rich, woody aroma associated with higher consciousness. Then there's lavender, known for its calming and protective properties. And finally, rose, which is connected to the heart chakra and promotes emotional healing and love.
Oh, wow. So the fragrances themselves are carefully chosen to enhance the overall experience and intention of the ornament. I love that attention to detail.
Exactly. Each fragrance offers a unique sensory experience, whether you're using it for meditation or just to create a more peaceful atmosphere. And it's worth noting that Aumani's incense is hand-rolled and made with natural ingredients. No charcoal or dipping here, just pure high-quality incense.
You know, I tried the oud incense from the Ornament Serenity Kit recently, and I was surprised by how grounding it was. It really helped me focus during meditation. It made me realize how powerful scent can be in shaping our mood and mindset.
That's a perfect example of how Aumani brings mindfulness into everyday life. They're taking these ancient practices and making them accessible and relevant for us today.
It's like a reminder to slow down, connect with our senses, create a space for peace and reflection. Every element of the ornament, from the shape to the angle of the incense stick holder, is imbued with meaning and intention.
Exactly. It's all about creating a space that's conducive to mindfulness, spiritual well-being, and a connection to something greater than ourselves.
This is fascinating, and I have to admit, I'm really impressed with the level of thought and detail that has gone into the ornament's design. It's not just about what you buy, it's about what you experience and learn along the way.
Exactly.
And speaking of experience, that reminds me of something else really interesting that Aumani does.
Oh, what's that?
Well, I was just about to tell you. I guess we'll have to save that for the next part.
Hey everyone, Baden here, founder of Aumani. I just wanted to take a moment to thank you from the bottom of my heart for tuning in to the Aumani Podcast. I hope you're finding the discussion meaningful, insightful, and engaging. To explore the world of incense and mindfulness more deeply, visit our website at aumani.ca. That's www.aumani.ca. You can download your free Top 15 Incense Guide, get your own Ornament Serenity Kit, you can check out our library and news sections, and stay connected to us by joining our community and sign up for our newsletter. Already have your very own ornament? Share your ornament experiences with us on Instagram by using the hashtags Aumani and Ornament. Make sure you get the spelling. The two hashtags are hashtag AUMANI and hashtag ORNAUMENT. Thank you again for being here. Your incredible support makes a real difference in promoting mindfulness, gratitude, abundance, and well-being.
Okay, so what was that interesting thing you were going to tell me about Aumani?
Oh, right. So they really emphasize the healing power of certain sounds.
Interesting. Like what kind of sounds?
Specifically, they talk a lot about the benefits of chanting Om.
You know, I've heard that chanting Om can be, like, therapeutic, but I never really understood why.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, actually. Aumani gets into the science behind it.
Oh, okay.
They explain that the sound of Om vibrates at a frequency of 432 hertz.
432 hertz. Okay.
And what's cool is that this frequency is found, like, throughout nature. It's like a universal harmony.
So by chanting Om, you're, like, aligning yourself with that natural frequency.
Exactly. And they explain how that vibration can help harmonize our physical and spiritual selves.
It's like a sonic tune-up for your whole being.
Right, and it makes me think back to that Ornament Serenity Kit.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the smoke cascading through the symbol?
Uh-huh.
They actually talk about how that visual can be a focal point during meditation.
So it all ties together.
Yeah, you have the visual representation of the the soothing scent of the incense, and then the resonant vibration of the chanting.
It's like a multi-sensory experience designed to promote calmness and clarity.
Exactly, and they don't just drop all this info and leave you hanging.
What do you mean?
They actually provide instructions on how to chant Om properly.
Oh, that's cool. So you can actually experience the effects firsthand.
Exactly, and they also touch on different meditation practices, acknowledging that there are many paths to mindfulness and inner peace.
It's like they're saying, hey, here are some different approaches, explore them, and find what works best for you.
Right, it's very inclusive and encouraging.
Yeah, I like that.
And that brings me to another thing I find really admirable about Aumani.
What's that?
They're incredibly generous with the information they share.
Oh, how so?
Like their website has this whole library of articles on aromatherapy, sacred geometry, psychoacoustics.
Wow, they cover a lot.
They even talk about the Silva Mind Control Method.
The Silva Mind Control Method, I've heard of that.
It's amazing how much they cover. Most brands are afraid to give away too much knowledge.
Yeah, for sure. They don't want to lose their edge.
But Aumani seems to embrace the idea that knowledge is meant to be shared.
It's a very different approach.
Yeah, it's like they're creating a movement, a community of people who are passionate about learning and exploring these different aspects of mindfulness and personal growth.
They're not just selling products, they're fostering a whole culture around these ideas.
Exactly. And that culture is becoming increasingly important to consumers these days.
Yeah, people are craving authenticity and connection.
Right. They want to feel like they're part of something bigger than themselves.
And Aumani is tapping into that desire.
Definitely. They're giving people a way to connect with their own inner selves while also connecting with a like-minded community. Does knowing the story behind a brand, its values, and the deeper meaning behind its products change how you experience them?
It's something to think about.
It is.
For me personally, I know I appreciate Aumani's products even more knowing the thought and intention that went into creating them. What I find particularly commendable is that they're very transparent about the challenges faced by the communities they support. They don't shy away from the realities of poverty and lack of access to education and healthcare.
Right. They could easily just focus on the feel-good aspects of their philanthropy, but they choose to present a more complete picture. That honesty really builds trust for me.
It's refreshing, isn't it? They're inviting us to be a part of the solution, not just passive consumers.
Speaking of being a part of something, I know Aumani has some exciting plans for the future. They're expanding their incense line and launching a subscription service, which I think is brilliant.
Oh, definitely. A subscription service makes so much sense for incense lovers. It's convenient, and it also helps support Aumani's ongoing efforts in the Dominican Republic.
And if you're interested in learning more about the world of incense, Aumani even offers a top 15 incense guide ebook on their website. It's a great resource for exploring the different scents and their benefits.
Aumani really goes above and beyond to educate and empower their customers. They are truly a brand with a purpose, and it shows in everything they do.
You know, before we started this deep dive, I had a sense that Aumani was a company with a heart.
Yeah.
But now I see them as so much more. It's inspiring to see a business model that so seamlessly weaves commerce and compassion together.
I completely agree. They've managed to create this remarkable ecosystem where purchasing a product becomes an opportunity to contribute to something larger than yourself. It's a powerful statement in a world where consumerism often feels disconnected from real-world impact. It's not just about, buying a product anymore. It's about investing in something bigger than ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. And with Aumani, you're not only investing in beautiful and intentionally designed products, but you're also investing in the well-being of a community.
That's right.
It's a win-win. And speaking of win-win, I love their Tranquil Rewards program, which incentivizes customers to engage with their mission.
It's such a clever way to encourage people to participate.
Yeah, you earn points for making purchases, of course, but also for subscribing to their services, making donations, and even referring friends.
Right.
So you're essentially rewarded for supporting a good cause.
Exactly. And those points can then be redeemed for discounts on future purchases.
I want to touch on something that I think is really special about Aumani.
Oh, what's that?
It's the feeling they evoke.
Yeah.
When I think about Aumani, I think about intentionality. I think about mindfulness and connection. And I think about the care and thought that goes into every aspect of their brand, from the design of their products to their commitment to giving back.
I completely agree. There's a sense of authenticity and heart that just permeates everything they do.
It's refreshing and it's inspiring.
It is. It leaves me feeling hopeful.
Yeah,
Hopeful that more businesses will follow in Aumani's footsteps and prioritize purpose alongside profit.
we do. It's a reminder that we can all make a difference in the world, even through our everyday choices.
Absolutely. Every purchase we make is a vote for the kind of world we want to live in.
So as we conclude this deep dive into the world of Aumani,
Yes.
we encourage you to consider the power of your own choices.
Hmm.
Seek out brands that align with your values.
Yes.
Support businesses that are making a positive impact. And remember that even small actions can create a ripple effect of change.
Beautifully said.
Thank you for joining us on this journey. We hope you've been inspired by the story of Aumani and that you'll carry their message of mindfulness, gratitude, abundance, and well-being with you wherever you go.